Dear Taurus, as we approach the dates of May the 6th and 8th, a significant message from the universe is resonating just for you. This isn't just another reading, it's a vital call to awareness. One misstep rooted in resistance during these days could jeopardize your connection to your grounded essence, the very foundation of who you are. Often, we think mistakes are fleeting, but some, born from stubbornness or fear, can leave our spirits feeling stuck for years. What's even more unsettling is that we may not even realize we're confined by our own choices. Welcome to a sacred space where every word is not merely heard, but deeply felt. This is an invitation to awaken and step onto your true path of growth, a path that requires both stability and courage. If you identify as a Taurus or resonate with this zodiac's energy, I invite you to find a quiet place. Turn off any distractions, perhaps hold something comforting and grounding. Close your eyes and take a deep, steady breath. What you are about to hear transcends astrological charts. It's a message sent to your soul from the unseen currents of the universe. On May 6th and 8th, Jupiter will clash dramatically with Mercury while being squared by Venus, creating a karmic crossroads between belief, practical logic, and your desire for security and comfort. This isn't merely an external struggle, it's a profound inner conflict within your heart and mind. You may feel an urgent need to hold on to what you have, to resist change, but be cautious. What appears to be prudent caution may simply be an illusion cloaked in the fear of instability or ingrained stubbornness. I have been there before, mistaking the cries of my attachment for the voice of wisdom. In Buddhism, this moment aligns with a concept where egoic pride in one's perceived stability rises, and the inner light of adaptability begins to dim. You might think you're being practical and clear-headed, but belief not grounded in adaptable wisdom can quickly become a double-edged sword. Without stillness to truly assess, you risk veering off the path your soul has labored to create towards genuine, sustainable growth. Nostradamus once warned that those born under the sign of Earth, when misled by false lights of unchanging security, may find their foundations cracking from within. This ancient prophecy rings truer than ever, and you, dear Taurus, stand at a pivotal juncture. If you choose unwisely out of fear or resistance, there may be no easy return, not in this lifetime's cycle of growth. Can you sense it? A subtle resistance, a tension on the horizon you might be trying to ignore. You may not see it clearly yet, but know that one wrong step, rooted in inflexibility, could alter your entire future. Perhaps it's a relationship you're clinging to out of habit, a stable but stifling job, or an asset you believe defines your security. But pause for a moment. If you don't, you might be walking into a trap set by karma. An unhealed soul often misreads what is truly valuable versus merely comfortable. In Buddhist teachings, karma doesn't arise from being bad. It emerges when clarity is obscured by craving for permanence and aversion to change. Right now, your spiritual light may be clouded by a blind belief in stability. What feels like practical wisdom could actually be the echo of past insecurities or fear of the unknown. As a Taurus, you are naturally steadfast and reliable, but this can lead to clinging too tightly, resisting necessary change, and sacrificing growth for what seems safe, but ultimately limits you. Today, you cannot act from old patterns of resistance or complacency. Just one stubborn refusal, one decision based purely on maintaining comfort, or one moment of misplaced faith in the unchanging nature of things could derail you from the destiny of true abundance you've been striving toward. When that happens, it's not merely a worldly loss. It creates a rift between you and your evolving spiritual essence. A misguided Taurus doesn't harm others, but quietly confines their own spirit within walls of their own making. If these words resonate with you, consider this your first step toward awakening. Click like as a sacred commitment to the universe. Declare your choice for awareness and flexibility. Leave a comment, even if it's just to say, "I'm listening," or "I am open to growth." Subscribe not only to receive future messages, but to establish a new, more adaptable frequency in your energy field. Share this message. Perhaps your grounded light, combined with newfound flexibility, can guide another soul stuck in resistance. The universe doesn't send warnings to nameless souls. If you're here, listening with your heart, you are no longer nameless. You are the chosen one to recognize the potential pitfall, pause, and step forward with newfound wisdom, balancing stability and change. Awakening doesn't come from knowing all the answers. It arises from daring to re-examine the foundations you once thought were immutable. As you begin to perceive a subtle yet profound shift within, like the earth moving beneath your feet, let's delve deeper. Mistakes do not occur in an instant. They are rooted in invisible waves of energy, patterns of resistance and attachment that elude our sight. Mistakes are not merely actions. They are prolonged states of ignorance, stretching through every thought and choice, not illuminated by mindfulness of impermanence. On May 6th and 8th, the cosmic energies will collide at a precarious intersection. Jupiter will oppose Mercury while being restrained by a tense square with Venus, the planet of values, emotions, and possessions. This alignment symbolizes a misalignment between expansive beliefs, practical intellect, and your deep-seated desires for comfort and security. The danger lies in the certainty you may feel, the certainty that staying put is the only right answer, which is often a manifestation of delusion, a moment when the mind can no longer distinguish adaptable wisdom from fear-based rigidity. The confrontation between Jupiter and Mercury, pressured by Venus, will create an urgency to defend your position, to justify inaction, to decide not to change immediately. But in truth, you may be misled by perceptual illusions of safety, like someone reinforcing the walls of a house while ignoring the shifting foundation, believing they are secure but inadvertently trapping themselves. When illusions of permanence guide your actions, karma begins to unfold. Nostradamus left behind a cryptic prophecy. When the bearer of the stability symbol is overshadowed by the dual-natured planet, their choices cease to be their own, driven instead by attachment. For centuries, scholars have debated the identity of this two-faced planet, but ancient astrologers unanimously recognized it as Mercury, the planet of both practical communication and self-deception through flawed reasoning. In Buddhism, this moment signifies when thoughts and speech are manipulated by mental and verbal karma, rooted in clinging and aversion, leading to misguided actions or inactions. History offers parallels. In times of economic shift, many clung desperately to assets or ways of life that were clearly becoming unsustainable, believing in their inherent stability until it was too late. Those deemed most secure by old standards were sometimes the first to falter when change demanded adaptation. Do you see it clearly now? The force leading you astray might not emerge from darkness. It could come from where you once placed your complete trust, in the unchanging nature of your current reality. This is why Taurus can sometimes face setbacks not from external enemies, but from their own resistance to flow. Buddhism refers to this deluded faith in permanence as a state where the mind is deceived by self-created expectations of unchanging security, not mere superstition. You may believe in a situation simply because it feels comfortable, or trust an asset because it embodies the security you've always envisioned. When belief is misplaced in immutability rather than sustainable growth, karma is sown. Not from bad actions, but from a lack of clarity about the nature of reality. Taurus embodies the energy of Earth, solid, dependable, practical. But you are also susceptible to overlooking subtle signs from the universe calling for adjustment or release. A gentle feeling of stagnation, a vague sense of being stuck, a recurring dream of being confined, or a sense of unease when contemplating maintaining the status quo. These are karmic warnings begging for your attention. And now, karma is beginning to reveal itself. You may feel an urge to reject a new opportunity, to double down on a familiar path, thinking this is prudence. But remember, karma can disguise resistance as wisdom. In Buddhist philosophy, there's a law called karmic reflection, meaning every wrong choice rooted in attachment from the past returns not to punish, but to ask, what have you learned about flexibility and letting go? Karma's purpose is not destruction. It's a test to see if you've truly awakened to the balance between grounding and growing. On May the 6th and 8th, karma will ask you, will you choose the same path of resistance again? Or are you finally clear-headed enough to gently loosen your grip? If you're watching this, don't view it as a mere warning. See it as a ceremony of awakening. Click like as a sacred mark of clarity. Declare, I choose wise flexibility. Comment, I won't let fear of change hold me back. Subscribe to connect with a higher energy field where awakened souls walk with you in balance, and share this. Your awakening to adaptability might save an entire family or situation from stagnation. You may not recognize a mistake like clinging too long until its consequences knock on your door, but you can prevent it with just one timely pause and willingness to assess honestly. I don't know who you are or where you are, but I do know this. You are a soul, strong enough to pause at the right moment and grounded enough to guide your own path wisely when you embrace flexibility. Buddha taught that when the mind is steady and open, no external force can truly disrupt it. If you maintain a steady yet adaptable mind during these fateful days, you won't just avoid misfortune. You'll begin to see the opportunities for growth hidden within the challenges that demand change. The gate is poised to open, but whether you step through with wisdom or remain stubbornly behind, led by the illusion of static safety, is entirely up to you. Now that we've journeyed through the celestial waves, from mysterious astrological maps to the gentle echoes of karma, prepare yourself. What you are about to face is not just information. It's a truth that can alter your entire destiny if you have the courage to confront your own resistance. Remember, the one standing before a crucial mistake of inflexibility is none other than you. No one wakes up wanting to stifle their growth or intentionally walks into stagnation. But karma doesn't operate based on intention. It functions through unconscious patterns. As a Taurus who lives by stability and the yearning for security, you are particularly susceptible to becoming a victim of your own unenlightened attachments. So what is this mistake? It doesn't stem from a specific decision, a particular person, or a clear-cut action. The critical mistake for Taurus on May 6th and 8th lies in something much more subtle, a stubborn resistance to necessary change rooted in the temporary desire for unchanging security. Let me emphasize this clearly. You may cling to someone, something, or a situation too tightly out of fear or habit and act defensively before your soul has the chance to whisper, "It's time to adapt." If you do, you risk losing genuine, long-term prosperity and peace. The opposition between Jupiter and Mercury, combined with pressure from Venus, will directly influence your thought processes. Jupiter embodies belief. Mercury represents practical logic and communication, and Venus symbolizes values, pleasure, and material comfort. These three streams of energy will intertwine tightly, creating a knot of resistance that ordinary reasoning stuck in the old way cannot untie. You may feel entirely certain about your position to not change, but in reality, you are being driven by a desire for predictable comfort. How can you distinguish between true, grounded wisdom and the echoes of your fear of instability? This is where karma opens the gate. Buddha taught that the greatest illusion is believing we are already awake, and therefore our current state is perfect, and that's the trap laid for Taurus. You're not deceived by wild hopes, but by the allure of seemingly unshakable security, by visions of stability drawn from what you currently possess or know. You might be contemplating refusing a new path, staying in a familiar but limiting situation, holding on to an investment past its prime, or pouring your energy into defending the status quo because it feels right or safe. But remember, on these 2 days, what you believe to be the most secure path might just be the karmic reflection of an outdated attachment. What happens if you ignore a sign that seems trivial but calls for adaptation? Nostradamus recorded a faded verse. The one who bears the symbol of stability, when placing faith solely in their own unchanging fortress, will lose their way in a labyrinth of their own making. Read that again carefully. He didn't say someone would deceive you. He said you would deceive yourself by rushing to believe you couldn't be wrong in resisting change. This is the most dangerous mistake, placing your full trust in the permanence of something unproven to be eternally beneficial and offering your whole heart to maintaining it against the flow. If you give yourself completely to resisting change, you'll have nothing flexible left to hold on to when the inevitable shifts occur, not just material loss, but the potential loss of self-respect, trust in your ability to navigate life, and the creative energy that has always resided in you but needs room to grow. Even worse, you may begin to doubt everything, including your own strength. In Buddhism, this state signifies deep doubt, where you lose faith in yourself and the path of growth you once believed in. This doubt will slow down the great destiny of sustainable abundance awaiting you. So, what should you do? There's no need to panic or worry. All you need is awareness, a deep breath, and the decision to delay your reactive resistance. In the next 48 hours, you don't need to immediately reject change or make a hasty decision to cling tighter. The universe never seeks to destroy you. It merely tests your adaptability. You can pass this test by pausing before saying, "I refuse," or "Things must stay this way." If you're still here, still listening, congratulations. It means your soul has received the message. To confirm this, perform a protective ritual for your destiny. Click like as a signal to the universe that you are awakened to the need for balance. Leave a comment, just type, "I choose awareness and flexibility," as a declaration that you will not repeat old mistakes of rigidity. Subscribe because upcoming messages will serve as your roadmap through May, a month of challenges and rebirth. Share this message as a way to generate blessings. You might save another soul from an irreversible wrong turn into stagnation. Buddha taught that no one can bring you down unless you bow to ignorance, including the ignorance of clinging. Today, you are no longer the Taurus of yesterday, bound solely by the need for predictability. You are no longer wandering in the dark, with eyes fixed only on the familiar ground. You are becoming the architect of your own destiny by choosing not to repeat the same old mistakes of resistance. Your soul stands at a crossroads, and the miracle is that this time you have the light of awareness to guide you toward balanced growth. Don't let that light fade. If you feel something stirring in your heart, a new determination to be both grounded and open, hold on to it. In this moment, you are not just avoiding stagnation. You are stepping out of the darkness of fear and into the orbit of true abundance, a path the universe has designed just for you, requiring both roots and reach. Only those truly awakened can see it. As you bravely face the darkness of your own resistance, as you name the mistake of stubborn inflexibility before it occurs, you've completed half of your awakening journey. But the other half still awaits. Reason alone is insufficient. You need a ritual, a specific, clear, and sacred act. What is invisible, like fear and attachment, can only be transformed through a physical action that matches it with intention. Right now, amid the silence surrounding you, I invite you to partake in a simple yet powerful ritual, a ritual to rescue the Taurus soul from a potentially stifling mistake. You don't need much, just a pen, a blank sheet of paper, and a little time for yourself. This isn't superstition. It's a way to bring your mind back to grounded wisdom, so you won't be swept away by the rising waves of fear or attachment influenced by Jupiter, Mercury, and Venus. In Buddhist philosophy, all suffering begins when the mind is shaken by illusions, like the illusion of permanent security. The way to transform that is not by resisting emotion like fear, but by observing it without reacting automatically. Begin by writing down 3 things causing you anxiety about potential change. 3 situations or possessions that are igniting an urge to resist, hold on tighter, or refuse adaptation. Write it all down, without editing or judgment, as if you're gazing into the mirror of your soul's attachments. By writing down your resistances, you're gradually pulling chaotic energies of fear out of your mind and placing them on paper, freeing yourself from their immediate control. This is the first step toward liberation from unconscious karma of clinging. Next, take a deep breath, slowly, gently, and place your hand over your heart or lower belly, your grounding center. Repeat this affirmation 3 times. I awaken in the light of wisdom. I do not react from fear or attachment. I wait for true, flexible guidance to reveal itself. These are not just words, they are inner instructions, a powerful signal to the universe that you choose to stand firm yet flexible in the karmic storm. You no longer wish to be swept away by rigidity. Then, at the bottom of the page, write a single word, flexus. This Latin word means flexible, bending, pliant, symbolizing the inner adaptability needed amidst life's temptations to remain stuck. Keep that paper with you on May the 6th and 8th. Every morning upon waking, read the word flexus once. Whenever you feel compelled to make an important decision based on resistance or fear of loss, look at that word before acting. Nostradamus once wrote that when the bearer of the stability symbol learns to let go of rigid attachment and opens their palm to flow, the light will pour down like a miracle. Do not act in haste to resist. Do not trust too quickly in the illusion of unchanging safety. Do not build your walls too high or too fast, for sometimes the strongest thing you can do is simply allow for gentle bending. Beyond this handwritten ritual, dedicate at least 5 minutes each day to silent meditation, especially at sunrise or sunset. Sit facing north, your elemental direction. Close your eyes and visualize a strong, healthy tree. Roots deep in the earth, trunk solid, but branches flexible enough to sway in the wind without breaking. Breathe with that image. With every exhale, imagine releasing layers of rigidity and fear from your heart and body. With every inhale, feel a growing inner stability that includes flexibility forming within you, not quickly or urgently, but with full presence. In Buddhist teachings, the breath is the bridge between ignorance and enlightenment. When you return to your breath with openness, you've already taken a step out of the maze of karmic attachment. When you meditate with steady presence and openness, you reconnect with true power, not one fueled by fear, but nurtured by wisdom and patient adaptability. During these 2 special days, avoid 3 actions. Do not sign significant contracts. If the primary motivation is merely to avoid change or maintain a potentially outdated status quo, do not make promises driven by stubbornness or a refusal to adapt. And do not engage in rigid arguments or confrontations, even if you believe you are entirely right in your current stance. Any action born from low vibrations of fear or resistance carries the echo of harm to your own growth. In a time when astrological energy stirs your desires for security so intensely, receptive silence becomes the highest form of intelligence. If silence feels too difficult, instead of reacting rigidly, transform that energy into conscious observation of your own resistance. Click like as a vow that your mind will remain open. Leave a comment to share what you're feeling, releasing energy that no longer serves your highest growth. Subscribe to remind yourself each week that you are not alone on this path of balance, and share the message. Sometimes just one share can save someone from making the wrong choice toward stagnation tomorrow. The universe never shouts, it whispers, and you can only hear its guidance toward growth when you are truly silent and receptive. Beloved Taurus, no one is born to remain stuck forever. No soul comes here merely to fall into the ignorance of rigid attachment. You, with the quiet strength and resilience you carry, were not born to be consumed by the fear of change, but to illuminate the path of grounded growth. Not just for yourself, but for those who wander in search of true, sustainable security in an ever-changing world. Your journey is a testament to endurance, a beacon for others who may feel lost in the uncertainty of change. As you navigate these pivotal days, remember that your need for stability is not a weakness when balanced. It is your superpower when combined with flexibility. Embrace both. Allow this integrated strength to guide you through the murky waters of doubt and resistance. When you listen to your inner voice of wisdom, not fear, you cultivate clarity that can transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. As you move through May 6th and 8th, keep your heart open and your mind clear and adaptable. Trust in the process and allow the whispers of the universe guiding you toward necessary adjustments to be heard. You are destined for greatness, built on a solid and responsive foundation, and the light within you is more powerful than you realize. Take this time to reflect on your desires and intentions. Are they rooted in love and authentic growth, or are they merely reactions to the fear of losing comfort or control? The answers will reveal themselves in the quiet moments, when you pause, breathe, and allow your heart to speak its truth beyond the habitual need for sameness. You might find that certain relationships, habits, assets, or situations no longer serve your highest good, even if they feel safe and familiar. This is a natural part of your evolution. Letting go can be challenging for Taurus, but it is also liberating. By releasing what no longer aligns with your true essence and potential for growth, you create space for new beginnings and abundant possibilities that are truly sustainable. Remember, every ending of a stagnant phase is a new beginning in disguise. As you release old patterns of resistance, you pave the way for fresh, vital energy to flow into your life. Trust that the universe has your back. It is constantly guiding you toward your highest potential, which includes both stability and evolution. On these significant days, take a moment to express gratitude for the lessons learned and the strength gained from your innate resilience. Acknowledge the journey that has brought you to this point. Each experience, whether comfortable or challenging, has shaped you into the magnificent being you are today, capable of integrating even more wisdom. As you stand at this crossroads, know that you are not alone. The universe is conspiring in your favor, aligning opportunities and connections that resonate with your true, evolving self. Embrace this moment as a sacred invitation to step into your power, the power of adaptable strength. So, dear Taurus, as May unfolds, keep your heart open and your mind clear, yet flexible. Trust in the process and allow the whispers of the universe to guide your steps toward growth. You are destined for greatness, and the light within you, the light of grounded wisdom, is more powerful than you realize. Let this be the time when you reclaim your narrative, redefine your path with courage and adaptability, and shine brightly for all to see the beauty of balanced strength. The world needs your steady yet evolving light now more than ever. Step forward with confidence, knowing that every choice you make toward mindful flexibility is a step toward your destined future of true abundance. And as you embark on this transformative journey, remember to share your experiences, insights, and revelations about finding strength in adaptability. Your story may be the spark that ignites hope in someone else's heart, someone feeling trapped by their own resistance. Together, let us illuminate the way for all who seek the truth of grounded growth. With each conscious breath, you are creating a ripple effect of stable love and adaptable light. Embrace this power and let it guide you to a future filled with joy, true security, and fulfillment. The universe is waiting for you to take that leap of faith into balanced becoming. Are you ready to embrace the magic that lies ahead?